She's responded forcefully with this tweet. Ready? Thank you, Hillary Clinton, you, the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long, have finally come out from behind the curtain. From the day I announced my candidacy, there has been a concerted campaign to destroy my reputation. We wondered who was behind it and why. Now we know. It was always you. Through your proxies and powerful allies in the corporate media and war machine, afraid of the threat I pose. It's now clear that this primary is between you and me. Don't cowardly hide behind your proxies. Join the race directly. Greg, this is exactly what you wanted to have happen on a Friday.
Yes, Tulsi is a grade A badass right now. She is like, the reason why Hillary's going after her is because she is different. She's different than everybody up there. She sounds like, in many ways, a traditional liberal. She's not a hard leftist. She's not into identity politics. She thinks her own way, and that bothers her. But when you read this, you said they were obviously talking about Tulsi Gabbard. The reason why, this is the other thing I didn't like about it, that Hillary didn't mention her. But it was obvious it was Tulsi because CNN, they had a talking bot on CNN saying she was a Russian asset, and also the New York Times. So you can see that she was merely saying and echoing what you hear in the media. So they're working from the same script. But maybe Hillary's right. I mean, if you think about it, here you have Putin is grooming a Russian spy first to join the American military, right? Then after that Russian spy is in the military, then you run for Congress, okay, in Hawaii, and then you decide to run for president as a Democrat, only to leave and then go independent in order to ensure that Donald Trump is president. The Russians must have been genius to predict that Trump would be president in 2020 to pull this off. She is so delusional, it's comical.
What do you think the strategy is, Dana, behind this?
I don't think there is a strategy, and I don't think Hillary said this just because Tulsi Gabbard is different. I think Hillary said this because she truly believes it.
Wow.
And that she has many people telling her this. Now, remember, Jill Stein was the third-party candidate, and Hillary Clinton and her team truly believe that the Russians and Facebook cost them the election because Jill Stein got X amount of votes in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. They truly believe that. So now Jill Stein's not on the scene anymore. Tulsi Gabbard's been having these accusations about her for a long time. And I mean, to us, it sounds like crazy town, conspiratorial, like believe it. But believe me, there are a lot of people who actually believe this. Tulsi Gabbard is going to have a press conference at 6:30 tonight where she will be able to be like, oh, okay, great. Thank you, Hillary Clinton, for now making me the actual star of the week. I don't think the primary is not between her and Hillary by any means. And now let me say, I could take it all back if I found out that Hillary Clinton said it to keep the controversy going and her in the news for her book tour.
Oh, maybe.
She won the week, though. You're right. Because the debate was so boring. Yeah. Now we remember Tulsi.
That's right. Do you think this is for book promotion?
No, I think it's very real. And I think, you just look at the numbers. The reason that this has been going around, by the way, is because Tulsi Gabbard has been supportive of people like Assad and, very open to Putin. I mean, it's just, you can just look at the record for yourself. I don't know if she's a spy, but certainly she's someone that the Russians would be interested in. And here's the key. Let me finish this key political point, which is, I had a friend in North Carolina in 2016, very far-left activist, right? Mm-hmm. So she calls after the election, and she says, hello, I'm saying, oh, yeah, can you believe Trump won? She said, well, I said, didn't you guys get out there for Hillary Clinton? She said, well, no, I assumed Hillary was going to win. You know what? I voted for Jill Stein. I said, are you crazy? In North Carolina was won by Trump by, I think, 3 percentage points. You voted for Jill Stein. She said, yeah, because I wanted to have a protest vote. I'm sick of the establishment. So that's the far left, Jesse.
Okay.
And you guys got to remember, it was 79,000 votes in 3 states, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. 0.8% difference in Wisconsin, 0.7% in Pennsylvania, 0.2% in Michigan. How did this happen? This happened because of Jill Stein and Gary Johnson.
I don't want to dwell on it, but what do you mean when you say that Tulsi likes Assad and Putin?
Oh, she's been very supportive of Assad. Remember when Obama was the red line, and remember everybody's complaining about the use of chemical weapons against his own people? She was very supportive. She said Assad is the legitimate leader of Syria.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for starters, add Jill Stein to the still growing list of reasons why Clinton claims that she lost the election, right? Literally every day there's a new one, right? Misogyny and Jim Comey and the FBI, the bankrupt DNC, et cetera. And for all of her complaints about what she calls those things to be an intervening event, why is she then doing that now to Tulsi? And I think it's because fundamentally that, yes, she has a disdain for her because she's different. And we heard it on the Project Veritas tapes from CNN, who said they don't like her because she's unconventional. That's the point. There is an absolute intolerance from the left, and especially from Hillary, for anyone that thinks differently from her. And obviously, that's the reason why fundamentally she didn't connect with anyone and lost the election. Final point. For the former Secretary of State to be throwing around the term asset, knowing full well what it means, is so reprehensible to me. And I hope that CNN airs Tulsi's response at 6:30.
That's a good.
So I think it's also to promote the book, but I also think it is to
Well, she was doing it, yes.
set up. Well, she was at the David Plouffe interview. I think it's to set up another excuse. If the Democrats lose again, they're going to say that there was again Russian interference, and it also validates the so-called interference from the last time.
Would you do an interview with David Plouffe? He was the campaign advisor for President Obama.
I hate how he spells his name also. Plouffe. I mean,
Stick to the topic, Jesse.
So Hillary Clinton might think, oh, I have a very receptive audience right now, right? And basically you feel very safe, like you're only talking to your pals. But these podcasts actually go out to the whole world.
Greg, did you hear that?
Yes.
Everyone's listening to your podcast.
I think she is dying to enter the race, and because she's looking at the field, and it sickens her. But there's one thing holding her back, and that is if she enters, she won't be the front runner. That's like Jack Nicholson getting back into movies as an extra. She's not going to be able to handle that. And I think she's so invested in this delusion that it's infecting the entire environment. She needs to get a hobby, take her grandkids to Euro Disney, I don't know, learn a musical instrument, start day drinking.
Hold on.
Start day drinking.
Greg,
it's better.
Didn't you? I think you were one of these people saying just earlier this week, Hillary Clinton may get back in the race. Remember when
Yes.
okay, and then you were saying Michelle Obama, she may get in the
I've been
race.
saying-
Oh,
no.
the debates, these Democrats are so stinky and boring.
I'm right.
They need somebody with some energy.
Yeah.
So then you have someone stand up and say, hey, wait a second, we have a good field. We have people, in fact, Elizabeth Warren's rising. Joe Biden's
Who
there.
said you
Bernie
have a good
Sanders.
field?
I say you have a good field.
No, you
Not
don't.
only that,
He quoted himself
Not
in
only
this.
that. Not only that.
Like
When
someone
it
else.
comes to Tulsi Gabbard,
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard, I don't think is going to qualify for the next round of debates.
That might change.
She might-
So
she
that's
might
those
now.
are Democrats. That's
but
the
she might
Democrats
now.
making a judgment even before Hillary Clinton spoke.
But remember, the other point, too, she isn't like Jill Stein. She's not a hard leftist. She's a centrist. That is why Hillary can't stand her, because she's not like the modern left.
And she has gone after the Democrats, and she did it the other day. She said we shouldn't be speaking so much about impeachment all the time. And I think that makes a lot of hardcore leftist Democrats angry, because that's all they want to talk about.
I think Bill is going to want to fly to Hawaii and investigate her.
Yeah, that's right.